Halo Infinite melee desync, which is if you're hitting somebody on your screen, it looks like you've gotten the hit. On their screen, they're, 4 feet away. Nothing happens. The melee desync is not being fixed because the devs have been allocated elsewhere, says 343. It's like these guys are, I want a book, man. I want a book. I want Gene Park to get well and then dedicate all of his time to creating a book about what the fuck is happening at Microsoft. Because how does this happen? This is not a small team of like 20 people. It's how many people are on this team? Hundreds. You can't find a couple of programmers that know how to fix the desync issue? Well, yeah, it literally sounds like it's like, well, that's Carl. Carl's got the gout and he's home for a couple of weeks, and then his assistant, who knows a little bit about it, he don't want to touch that code because Carl said if he did, he'll tell him that his sister slept with his cousin. I mean, it's like it's a bunch of Bush League babies making this shit. It's like you are one of the flagship titles, if not the flagship title, of one of the biggest companies on the goddamn globe. And you can't find some motherfuckers to fix some desync issues. They're busy with something else. Yeah, Joe says, I read somewhere that Microsoft was hands-off when it comes to developers. Yeah, this also ties into what the story yesterday with Matt Booty talking about the Kotaku story where crunch is no longer, we're not going to allow that anymore. And that was a thing of the past and it used to be a badge of honor, but now we've got it. Don't worry about that. And in the same article, it talked about how Microsoft was very hands-off and shit according to a number of the studios they have. And it's like, you know what? It's not working, fellas. Okay, you being hands-off or you not wanting to just say the right thing about crunch, it's not working. Figure it out. I'm done. I'm going to move on because I can't talk about this anymore because it frustrates me. It absolutely frustrates me as somebody who has been in these trenches before. And I'm like, I would be losing my shit if I was a director on this title. I would be losing my goddamn shit on a daily basis. I'm like, I understood when I was working on this game called Heartland, and Warhawk started peeling people off because it was the same developer. They had 2 teams. And Warhawk for PS3 started peeling people off and putting them on, or from Heartland, putting them on Warhawk because Warhawk had a ship date. They needed more help. I understood. No one had ever heard of Heartland. We didn't know if it was even going to work. And so slowly but surely, it ultimately lost most of its personnel till we just killed it. But this is Halo. I don't understand. Halo is letting you know, though, that they're... It's almost... I'll just read it to you. At this point, I'm just going to read it to you. God damn it. Halo Infinite's network campaign co-op preview kicks off in July. It should have been with the launch of the game. Couldn't do it. Couldn't make it happen, but fine. Here we go. There's a test period coming up in July. Pretty much if you own the game, you can sign up for it. Sign up at the Insider, blah, blah, blah. I've already played the campaign. I loved it. Maybe that's why I'm also a little bit annoyed, fellas, because I loved Halo Infinite. I played the campaign. I finished it. I played a bunch of multiplayer when it first came out. I was chasing after all the goodies and the battle pass and shit. I really fucking loved it. And it is so disappointing. So it's like, wow, you guys finally have your... Listen to this. Listen to this. This is the Halo Waypoint blog. Studio confirms mission replay will arrive alongside the network campaign co-op update, okay? This will let players replay old missions right from the TAC map. Halo Infinite lead world designer John Mulkey cites the open nature of Infinite causing problems for this initially. When you sat down and you agreed that your game was going to be open world, did none of you stop and think back then how this was going to go down when it came to replaying the levels? That it presented problems initially is such a we've never made a game in our fucking lives excuse that no one on the team thought to set the designers down and say, hey fellas, I love you're doing open world. Here are some of the problems we might have with it. let's build that into the launch design. It's unacceptable. But you'll be able to play it solo, co-op, blah, blah, blah. Cross-play supported. That's pretty cool if you have it over on the PC. Everybody plays Master Chief. They just don't explain it. It's like there's 4 Master Chiefs running around, but it is what it is. I'm excited because, you know, I would like to play it on hard and play it with some people on the stream and see how it is. But I did enjoy it. And that's probably why I'm so frustrated, because I really dug the fucking thing. But I don't fucking get it. I don't get what's happening over there. Let me just show you. What are these guys? 343. I'm just gonna look them up. I'm sure there'll be like a team picture. I just want to see how big this team is. Number of employees as of 2016, 450. 450 employees. We didn't have none of them. None of them thought to sit us down and say, "Hey, what y'all gonna do about the it's open world?" You know, and then he's like, well, I want to replay the... We can't do that. You should have thought of that at the beginning. Insane.